The world of volleyball hasn't seen the crowd like this ever. This is loud, deafening, happy. Bengaluru to serve first, searching for their first win up against the dangerous, the Mumbai Meteors. Anu James with the first touch. It'll take a while to get going. The fast spike for the Bengaluru Torpedoes. They're up and away. These are good signs.
Perfect, running the middle early on. We know, or I thought personally, they're going to come out all guns blazing. The thing is, how are they going to be when the pressure's on in the big moments? We know they have nothing to lose. Teams come out guns blazing in those moments. Let's see how this progresses.
A change of color of jersey, will that bring about a change in fortunes as well? They've looked pale and colorless so far. Tonight's got to be their night.
Straight away, they're going to be buoyed by the fact that the service is going well.
Yeah, a strong serve, but immediately the team in purple using Anu James, and he's going to be huge for this team. I think everyone from Bengaluru knows that he's going to be one of the biggest weapons. They've got to do a better job of shutting him down.
Yeah, we said the other day he likes coming back cross-body to the line, and I think Svelinov, he looks wide there, but even not wide enough to deal with Anu James.
Regardless of what the sport is, it's always a delightful sight to see a lefty play.
Yeah, love me some lefty on the outside.
Control serve, Mujib. And they'll get a point. Svetanov gets off the mark. Louis spoke about how it is a glass half full. He needs to forget about the errors that he committed the last time the Bengaluru Torpedoes played.
Correct, but this is a marathon and not a sprint, this competition. RuPay on the go, point, but at the same time, he is just moving through and getting better and better as this competition moves forward. It's a great swing.
Yes, there was a double block of Karthik and Brandon Greenway of the Mumbai Meteors. Here we go then. Shot set, nicely done by Karthik. Cool-headed finish. That's what you want more of from the captain.
So the thing for me about Mumbai and how they've established themselves now is, yes, Anu James is big, but there's Karthik through the middle, there's Brandon on the opposite. The defense has to pay attention to every single hitter, and that's what makes it really difficult for those blockers there.
Brandon started setting as well now. He was blocking, attacking the last game.
He does it all.
Great serve. He couldn't finish it. Chance to spike now. Brandon! Couldn't kill it. Here comes Svetanov, does it! Found acres of open space, the Bulgarian sniper, and he's hit bullseye.
Brandon Greenway loves hitting that ball just right-hand side of middle. And it's beautiful defense from Bengaluru. They've done their homework because, well, it's not this phase of play, but just here, I think it's Pankaj just sitting in the middle of the block, taking the seam. And in turn, it's a great defense, and Svelinov is so strong out of system. That is just a little bit of a message from Bengaluru.
I'd say that was a pretty big message. They have come to play, and they're not intimidated by a team that won 5-0 last time out. Well, 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 ace in the bag. Bengaluru starting strong in the serve.
Now, Mumbai have got to believe that their 5-0 win in their last game against Chennai was not an exception. It was not an aberration. They've got to believe they can repeat the same tonight.
Absolutely. At the same time, though, the aggressive nature of Bengaluru has to come good at some point. You can look at making 26 errors in both ways. Did that cost them the game? Or actually, they lost by the finest of margins by making 26 errors.
It's a bit like salt, isn't it? Oh, how spicy was that? Right in time, just in the nick of time.
You're exactly right, Louis. They're putting pressure from the service line, and if they can just control those couple of errors, a few more balls in than out, they'll be doing much better off. But I love this swing here through the middle. I think it's Shamim who gets the big part of that. Yes, cross body as well.
This is some start.
That's enough. Good ball in, easily read by Brandon, and again through the middle. Brought back in, high ball overpassed. And a little bit of a scramble.
Ratish sends it across. Here comes Smetanov.
Brilliant from Smetanov. A little bit cagey from Mumbai. And it's just showing that the pressure's on them a little bit. The communication isn't quite there. And it's just Bengaluru coming up. The only thing I would say is that a lot of the play's gone through Smetanov. He's not going to be able to keep that up for 5 sets.
Interesting that you say the pressure's on Mumbai, because for me, the pressure is all on Bengaluru. If they don't win this match, they could potentially have a season ender. It's really going to be tough to get back on the table if you're 3 matches down.
I agree. In the terms of the match, absolutely. In terms of this one set, I just feel that they've just gone a little bit cagey.
Great serve. Now, suddenly, Bengaluru's serving standards have risen. Their execution is so much more better.
That's why, with your aggressive nature, you have to be patient. If you're aggressive and you're patient with it, it'll come good eventually. And it's exactly what's happening for D. Lee and his team here.
Yes, so much better the execution from Bengaluru tonight. If they can serve like that, they will have the win on the platter. High ball toss, once again, straight at Ratish. RuPay! Remember that name, because I'm going to call that name out on so many occasions tonight. From zone 4, the opposite.
Hardeep stepped up so well last time around with 12 points. In this occasion, gets the RuPay contactless shot, because again, Shamim holding the middle, he gets a one-on-one out there. That's a great swing and a great execution.
Remember, they still have Hiroshi on the bench, who started the Cuban, and since Hardeep's come in, Hiroshi's not had a look.
Great serve, straight at the libero once again. From the back of the court, pipe, isn't that what you guys call it? The pipe.
Technically, yes. Technically, the pipe is through the middle, so I think that one's called a red, but we'll go with pipe.
We call it a 10 as well.
You know what, across the world, everyone has a different name for it, so it's hard to tell. But that's a great swing. I'm loving the touch on the block here. A little bit late in the backcourt to move and get that up.
A rose by any name spells as sweet.
Good point, good point. Oh, the error. The first service error, I think, out of Bengaluru, and we talked about this. They want to be aggressive, but those are the things they got to keep in, especially if Strajan, if he's not one of their top servers, he's not a jump server, he's not a spin server, it's probably his role right now just to put the ball in.
He's been brilliant, isn't he? I mean, he was a bronze reserve player, didn't cost the Torpedoes anything, but D. Lee said he is India's next big star. Big words.
That's a massive endorsement from a double Olympic medalist. Slight confusion in the... Oh yes, what a block. Triple block. Pankaj Sharma, the captain. The key pillar in that triple block.
Yeah, look, I think that's Anu James who gets stopped on that wing, isn't it? And what we know about Anu James is that he loves hitting cross-body. So you get 3 in the way, you'll stop him. And we'll call technical timeout. We're heading for a quick break. We'll see you in just a minute or so.
Well, here you have the Spikers leaderboard for the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Have a look at Smetanov right there in the third. Now that's interesting to me. In the first match, he only had 4 points. He got 18 in game 2, so he massively stepped up his role for Bengaluru.
2 of those 5 from Hyderabad, a team that's searching for mojo, momentum. This goes to show this is a team sport.
You're exactly right, Manish. Can't win it alone, but you can help your team by getting that out of a sticky situation.
That's a pipe. Anu James into Sigrali, building up. Oh, deft touch, beautifully done. Ratish with the second touch. Here comes Anu once again. He gets a point. Lined himself up so beautifully.
I mean, what a rally. It looked like Mumbai had their own systematic problems to start with, a lack of communication. I think we're going to see that again here. And it's almost like an underpalm from Brandon Greenway, just hooks it over, and in turn, they have their opportunities. That was a huge opportunity for even on the right side. Couldn't put that away. Too easy in the end.
Well done to Ratish also for spotting where Anu James was. A libero setting so intelligently, just so switched on, aware every second, every minute. Bengaluru lead by 2 in the first set. They should have finished it. Ratish with the second touch once again. Anu James. No, didn't find the angle this time. Here comes Svetanov. Didn't quite work the block. Once again the block. Excellent defensive work from Karthik. Oh, beautifully done. You outsmart your opposition, not with power, but with intelligence.
You're exactly right, Manish. The attackers from Bengaluru going hard and again, and the block really well formed and great defense at the net run by the captain Karthik, but that's the way to outsmart your opponent, is do something like this.
A RuPay contactless shot. They went through Svetanov, and for me, Svetanov is going to get overloaded the whole game. He's going to have a big shift out there. But to the middle, didn't work. Great cover though, surrounding the block and earning another opportunity. And the defenders waiting for the harder attack, and it's a tip that wins it. For me, Mumbai will be disappointed they didn't get a man on that.
He got 2 looks at the block. Twice they stopped him. And on that third occasion, he found another way. No point expecting different results if you keep doing the same thing. Try something new. That's what Bengaluru did. They're certainly looking aside with a lot more conviction tonight. There's a little bit more self-belief in the ranks.
I agree. I think it's that back against the wall mentality. You've got to come out fighting. You haven't got a choice. Again, big moments. I think there's going to be a lot of ask from Eben on the right side as well. He's going to have a big game to help out Svetanov. It can't all be Pankaj and Svetanov on the left.
After 5-0, do you think there's more pressure on Mumbai? Because everyone's expecting the same magic every night. It doesn't happen. Oh, great touch. Mumbai are defending really well so far. Now that error was drawn by the doggedness of the Mumbai defense. They forced the spiker to hit it outside. Are they claiming a touch?
I think we're going to see a challenge here. David Lee, pretty sure that he saw a touch on Svetanov's swing, and there you go, confirmation. We will have a review. Tough to say from the angle that we saw. I know Svetanov likes to go high hands, and he was looking for it, certainly. Whether or not he got it, I'm not sure.
Our first review of this first game of the evening. Svetanov against Karthik and Brandon P. Michael.
Yeah, I don't see it. I see straight through the middle there, not a fully closed block. Karthik just doing what a middle should do. He takes away his zone, leaves that space, and Svetanov thinking that he could just sneak past. It was a bit long, so I think point's going to stay with Mumbai.
Fascinating moments already. We knew that Svetanov was going to get a lot of ball, but are you surprised by how much ball he's seeing early on?
I'm not surprised, because he was super crucial in the last time out. But again, you've mentioned it, they can't rely only on him. Everyone's going to have to step up. And there you go, review unsuccessful, says Bobby.
Shouldn't have wasted it, I thought.
It might have been wishful thinking. I think sometimes as a player, you want that touch so badly. The instinct is to just turn to your coach and say, there was a touch, challenge. But you have to remember, in this league, one challenge, if you lose it, it's done for the match.
They need some risk-reward lessons. Anu James with the serve, straight at the libero. Shot set, and big spike. Once again, it's Mujib. I think that's his second spike point for the day. Good to see David Lee smiling. How rare is that?
I mean, he's an always smiling guy. But this is brilliant. RuPay contact the shot. The pass is into a perfect spot. They can use the middle, and that's just going to release the pressure on everybody else. Like our man on the outside, Svetanov.
Mujib, I'm loving that angle.
Yeah.
He is literally facing one direction, and his shoulder goes all the way to the other.
A blocker that spikes Mujib. Anu James! What a response. Straight at Mujib. In fact, that was Hardeep, not Anu.
Well, you just said about making the ball change direction from where you're facing. And if you're new to volleyball, you get so much of a read out of the approach line of the spiker. And that's coming in quite straight. and then the arm turns it back into the cross-court angle. Two great swings in a row. Hardeep is just really growing into this league.
That's an out-wide ace. That was a grand slam, wasn't it? Karthik, good serve. Mumbai have served really well tonight. Here comes Swetanov, what a block! Who gets the point? No! Well, the block was there, but there was so much power in that serve that the ball landed on Mumbai's side, and that gives Bengaluru a 2-point lead. Who's going to go for a super point?
He's such a power attacker. He's just going at the block. He does not care what is there or who's there in front of him.
Brilliant work from the setter, using the middle last time out, and then the middle's a bit late getting across, and in turn Svenov just goes off the hands. Super point from Mumbai. Sonny, let's go.
And then that means that this point is worth 2. The score at the end of the next point is going to be either 13-9 or 11 apiece. Mumbai have decided to gamble. Great serve.
Oh!
No finish yet. Here comes Hardeep. Mumbai. Oh, who has it? Bengaluru have it. A 4-point lead. Would you believe it?
This is different for Bengaluru because in the first 2 games, all of the big points, the super points, have gone against them. For me, this is the first big point that I can remember them winning in this league, and maybe that just shows that tonight will be a different evening in the office for them.
Slightly nervous execution there by Hardeep. He was in the right position, wasn't he, Keith?
Yeah, well, he's trying to do too much with that first reception, right? He's putting that ball really high, really far over the net, gives the advantage to Bengaluru, and then the second time of asking, yeah, I think he was just a little bit nervous, wanted to swing away from the block.
Well, the RuPay VIP box, be on the go, the best seats in the house, apart from ours.
And all you football fans, get ready. Starting the 15th of February, the UEFA Champions League, the biggest club football tournament in the world, starts the round of 16, the 15th of February, on the Sony Sports Network at 12:30 AM. Not just that, the Europa League is here as well. The playoffs start on the 16th and the 17th. Coverage starts at 10 PM on Sony Sports 1, 2, 3 and 5 and on Sony Live. Unfortunately for you, Louis, Bournemouth aren't playing anywhere.
They're focusing on staying in the Premier League, Manish, at the moment. We took a point yesterday, though.
That's what Bengaluru want tonight. They want 2 points on the board. They've lost 2 and 2. And if that man gets going, they will struggle tonight as well. The Mumbai Meteors owners in the background love it. What a spike it was from the Hurricane Hardeep.
A little bit of a softer serve this time, puts the Meteors in system, and you can just see, I think they've got the quickest offense in this league. So as soon as the pass is in a good spot, it is rapid fire to the wing. Hardeep loves it.
Yeah, he's got a lot of line to work with. He's got much more options than he did on that ball last time, so he can look at the block, see where it's placed, see the open spot, and just slice it down the line.
I would say that Bengaluru have learnt some lessons at times, when to go for their serves, and maybe just when to take 10 or 20 off.
Oh, great touch. Check and mate, mate. This sport has played so much in the mind as well. Vaishak, a player that David Lee really regards as someone who has a bright future. That's what he does. And that's why David Lee rates him so highly.
And interesting, we haven't spoken about him a lot. We haven't called his name out. But if you're going under the radar, that's exactly the moment to do something like that, when the other team has no idea where you are on the court.
Vaishak is a setter, and that move will make Muthusamy Appu very proud. Muthusamy does that very often, and what a great serve. Wow! That came like a rocket at the Mumbai Meteors libero, Ratish.
Well, that's the performance we've been waiting for the Bengaluru Torpedoes. Svenov has just lit a match on this game with a huge jump serve. And the opening set goes the way of the Bengaluru Torpedoes. A dominant performance here. The question is now for D-Lee, consistency. Can they keep up this level of pressure? British put to the floor, and that's how you seal the deal.
Yes, Svetanov going full power from the backcourt. That is what he loves to do when he gets there and has the opportunity to rip. That's why he's the Bulgarian sniper. That's why David Lee puts so much faith in him, is because when he annihilates the ball, that is where he's comfortable.
Well, there you have it. The opening set has gone the way of the Bengaluru Torpedoes. Set 2 is coming our way very, very shortly. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. It's 1-0 Bengaluru over Mumbai, and here's how they did it. 10 spikes to 7, 1 block to 0. I'm looking at the errors. It's been a relatively low error game for both teams, and I think that could be why Bengaluru has been successful so far. Yeah,
absolutely. We know that they have the attacking stats. You can have a look at the attacking stats and every other stat on volleyballworld.com here from the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. But against Ahmedabad, there were 42 attacks. I mean, that's unheard of, but also 26 errors. Tonight we've got the attacks, but we've got a few fewer errors. That's maybe the secret right there.
Perhaps Mumbai didn't expect Bengaluru to come out all guns blazing tonight. And the first set should serve as a wake-up call for the Mumbai Meteors. They've still kept in play. Okay, here we go. Boom! A touch. The ball lands outside. Bengaluru have the first point of the second set.
Perfect start for Bengaluru after winning the first set. My question is, it's not if, but when there's going to be a storm coming from Mumbai Meteors, and it's just within those difficult moments how Bengaluru can withstand the Mumbai pressure. They have a real chance tonight, but it's not going to be so smooth.
I think they just need to calm down. Are they still reeling?
Me or them?
You should always be right up there. 7th gear, my friend.
I am, especially in this league.
Formula 1 car with words. Pankaj Sharma, the captain to serve. Another good serve. Oh, was just not in position. Had to send the ball back. Not a great pass. Well done. Another cool-headed finish from Evin.
Well, we saw a 5-0 from Mumbai the other day, and if things continue this way, I think we might see a 5-0 for Bengaluru. Everything's going their way. They look smooth, calm, and in control in these difficult rallies. That's a great finish over the block.
And I think we're talking a lot about Bengaluru, but we're not talking about Mumbai. We've seen two very different performances from them in this competition. They were brilliant against the Blitz, but they weren't great in that opening game either. So they haven't found consistency. They love running this fast offense, but the service pressure from Bengaluru Torpedoes isn't really allowing for it anyway.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They're having to slow down the offense that they like, so they need to get better out of system. If they can put away those balls when the ball is off the net, when the setter doesn't have all of his options, that's when they're going to be able to keep up with Bengaluru.
But this is where, as we've been saying throughout the last innings, that's a lovely swing high from Anu James. But we've been discussing about the aggressive serving, and it's such a trump card in this sport, because no matter what system you run, if you have a team that serve the leather off of it, then they're always going to struggle.
Great serve from Mumbai. Here comes Svetanov. As always, he never comes back empty-handed.
Svetanov, one of those players who loves that high ball out of system. He is there, he's opening up, he's ready. That ball's not perfectly on the net, but it goes nice and high, gets really wide. Svetanov has a full body approach, and he can just go aggressive at the block.
And I'm sure there's going to be lots of social media content on Svetanov, on Share Chat. Moj and Yo-Yo TV are content partners. Never going to reach that ball. Just too far for Pankaj Sharma. Bengaluru lead.
Well, that's a nice swing. I feel the middle blockers did their job there, and I'm sure David Lee will be saying the same thing to them. That ball was slowed down, so the attack comes, the blockers are up, and look how it changes direction. Some speed comes off it. Middle back needs to be able to run that down.
question for me now, Manish, is we know Svetanov's going to see a lot of the ball. Can they keep using the middle around him to keep him as open as possible? Because we've seen it, they use Guru too much, Hyderabad at times. It becomes a bit predictable.
Well, the serve was at Svetanov. He had to do the first and the third touch. Here comes Brandon. Still in play. Mumbai reset themselves. This time they found the man. Hardeep once again from zone 4. That's more like it. That's a very calm approach to a rally. They did not panic.
Hardeep's going to get all the plaudits for the spike, but it's first play on the tip cover. They knew Svetanov was going to come in with the tip, and he made the ding. Then they get him into transition, and the good thing from Hardeep is he can hit every angle. He hits over the left shoulder, he can hit away from the right shoulder, and it makes him difficult to play against, although he's in a one-on-one. You put your house on him there.
Key, what do you make of his moustache?
I love it. I love it. I don't love that serve though, but for me, Mumbai needs to get Brandon into the game as well. He had 0 points in the last set. He was crucial in the last time they were out. He had 9 points in that 5-0 win. The only balls that he's seen so far have been really wide. He just hasn't been able to get an approach.
I agree, the first pass hasn't really been there to run an offense. It's just so interesting that I think Greenway is such a motivational character as well, that the more he's in the game, the more he's going to give.
Hardeep is a gift that keeps giving. He's got the license to thrill tonight.
I've got to say, 3 back-to-back for him. But at the same time, he wasn't in the first 6 with Hiroshi. Now you just can't look to see a Mumbai team without him.
Yeah, he's certainly stamping his presence on the match.
Well, number 14 and number 13 need to get along. They need to be better friends. Come closer.
Hip to hip.
Strajan and Vaishak should have closed that gap between the two of them. Greenway to serve for Mumbai. Okay, straight at Svetanov. Shot set, didn't work. They tried again, didn't work. Reset, here comes Svetanov! Cut, copy, paste. That's his job. He's a sniper.
He makes it look so easy, doesn't he, Manish? I mean, have a look at this shot as he takes a lot of space. He takes that ball short and then has to back up to make his approach. He gets a RuPay contactless shot because nowhere near the block.
Oh, that's something that you should all watch at home. What the players do when they haven't got the ball. They are spending a lot of time not touching the ball, so they have to be in the right position, reading the game and making their next contact as easy as possible.
Is he going to go for another ace? And get one this time. Oh, lovely tip through the middle. That's coming back. No, it's not. Mumbai with a cheeky little tip over the block.
I mean, it's turning into a bit of a scatty, cagey game from Mumbai. And it's the opposite to what they want. Even the points that they're scoring, not ideal. Does well to turn it there, to be fair, Shaheen. The defense is excellent, but they just want to play a little bit cleaner, a little bit more aggressive.
Yes.
And as you said, there's no Greenway.
Bengaluru have sort of set the pace of this match. They are controlling the narrative. Mumbai need to snatch that advantage from them. Perhaps slow it down, even between points. Take your time.
Again, they're targeting Svetanov.
The outside, and James finds one off the third block. In the first set, he got shot down on that same angle. Pankaj couldn't quite seal it. In turn, maybe this is a new James's turn and time to get into this game and start dictating the Mumbai ship.
Yeah, we've talked about him a lot leading up to the match, but he's only got 1 point so far. Make that 2 now, but he needs to be the right hand, well, left hand man to his teammates.
Scored a point in front of a triple block that has Pankaj Sharma. That is a mighty achievement. Here comes Hardeep. Straight at Svetanov. Here comes the... Oh, my word. Tonight is Bengaluru's night.
And if you lead, it's exactly what you're going to want to see. It's a point from that 10 attack from the right side, backcourt from Ibn. And it's just the balance that you need from your squad to be scoring in different zones. Big moments.
Yes, intelligence on the volleyball court. That's how it happens. In zone 3, he was free to just park that ball where he wanted. So well done by Shamim, the man there on your screen.
Yeah, Shamim, that last time tried to do that little tip. This time goes full power, basically over the block. Svetnov can barely even get out of the way in time.
Are these tall people, I tell you.
It helps being tall, but athleticism has a lot to do with it too.
Shamim with the serve, straight at Svetnov. Boom! Once again, Ibn. Once again, Ibn. So, if Mumbai have Hardeep, Bengaluru have Ibn.
Ibn's been brilliant, but every point that Bengaluru score with somebody who's not Svetnov is so key in this game. I cannot explain how key, because you need to free him up to be as effective as he can be. So those two clutch plays on the right-hand side are going to have a big effect on the rest of the game.
And it's interesting because the serve is targeting Svetnov, right? That's exactly what Mumbai is trying to do, is take him out of the offense. But even so, Bengaluru are picking it up in other areas.
But also, he's doing a great job holding his pass, because if his pass starts to go, psychologically, he's going to start to go offensively as well. Point goes the way of Mumbai 8-7 as we head towards the Amul-called technical timeout. That means it's time for us to take a very quick break. If you don't want to go anywhere, we'll see you in just a moment.
Are rushing it too much. They aren't taking their own time. And I haven't seen Ratish lose his cool like that. Goes to show all is not well in the hood, at least for now.
First set that I can remember for Greenway on the left side, not the right, where he's set up. Opportunity, there's going to be a little bit of a joust, but ball's back on the Bengaluru side, back to the outside. Sedanoff has been excellent. Ratish just makes a dick from nowhere. Anu James with a cross-court hammer of dreams.
That is a thriller. He's absolutely drilled it.
Can we just give a little bit of credit to Aravindan for that set? That was absolute money. We're going to get a chance to see the whole rally as it unplays again. A lot of things happening here, a lot of scrambles.
The intentions the whole way through from Bengaluru are there. They're trying to be as aggressive as possible every single time. But that deflection off the block was beautiful. And the set, as you said, from Aravindan, just gets his hips underneath it and flips it.
You know, I think that point belonged to the defense of the Mumbai Meteors. They kept the ball in play, and now they've called for a super point. They are going all in. They want to go up by 4 points. A super point is verse 2. Sonny Joseph loves taking risks. Svetnov! Once again, excellent defense. Svetnov tries again. That lands inside. Bengaluru have their super point. Scores level. What has Svetnov had for breakfast? I think he hasn't eaten today because he's gobbling these balls for his evening meal.
He has been tremendous, and that's twice that Svetnov has stepped up at key moments and delivered crushing blows. We didn't see that in game 2, but we're seeing it in game 3. He's evolving in this competition. Big moments, he's there.
And some confidence to swing on the first ball, get the overpass, and instead of swing directly back into the block, swing deep past it. Nice work, Svetnov.
Well, to the left side, Hardy this time just chisels off the middle blocker. Maybe a little bit late there, Key. Maybe a great decision from Hardy as well.
Yeah, he's been really impressive. I mean, when he gets the ball, he's doing something with it every single time, going aggressive at the block. So that block's pretty well formed. Maybe the middle just a little bit off with their inside hands. And Hardy finding a way through.
I mean, I can't remember in this league. The last time we had a game that wasn't entertaining.
How about a Sunday night manicure? I tell you, you guys will have no nails left at the end of the 2 games tonight. Here comes Petanov once again. Whether it's a clean hit or off the white, he always gets a point. That man.
He can't do any wrong right now. I can't remember an error that he's made.
No, absolutely not. He's been almost perfect from the service line as well. And he was almost in tears after that loss against, in their second game. We've got a super point here called by Sonny Joseph. This is a massive, massive moment once more. This league just keeps giving.
Hardeep. Oh yes, that lands outside. Mumbai Meteors go up 13-11. Hardeep gave it the absolute rip.
It was a rip-roaring attack. Yeah, I agree with you, Manish. There is something to be said for going aggressive when it's on the line, when the stress and the pressure is there. He didn't back away from it. That's an out-of-system play. That ball's coming from over his shoulder. He could have just rolled it in and kept it in play. Instead, he goes after the block.
I told you, the best of Indian volleyball will be on display. The best of the world will be here. And we've delivered that promise. It's only day 9, a double-header tonight. The Mumbai Meteors won 5-0 against the Chennai Blitz tonight. The Bengaluru Torpedoes have presented a headache for them. 13-11. 2 points away, the Mumbai Meteors from making a comeback. Such a cool-headed finish.
I mean, they've been amazing, Hardy. Eben's going to be disappointed because both times he's tried to cut the ball back, he's got dug. They know that they've got this one. RuPay contactless shot, but more aggressive offensively from Hardy. He can't put a foot wrong.
And look at the blockers, right? There are 3 blockers up. They're expecting it to be a cross-court swing. He switches it up and goes down the line.
But Hardy's 2 meters tall and he's athletic as they come. He's going to have the ability just to stay high and go over the top of everyone.
3 set points for the Meteors. That's the most valuable player leaderboard. Anu James is on this leaderboard. Vinit Kumar, he won this award last year. He's there as well. Ashwin Raj, another name that shone through last night. And Sandoval, he has so much spark, so much spice and color and flavor to this league. The 5 contenders, however, there is a long, long way to go in this tournament. The Mumbai Meteors are here in large numbers. And it'll only get better as we see the Kolkata Thunderbolts taking on the Kochi Blue Spikers later tonight at 9:30. Mumbai down 1 set, a chance to go level. 3 set points, here we go. Where did that land? Oh, just inside. They've saved a set point. Bengaluru, Trajan, well done.
That was unbelievable from Sarjan. You said key, changing direction in the middle. He's done it perfectly to turn that back to 1. He comes in very straight and his arm guides his upper body towards the sideline.
And what a bold move by Vaishak, using the middle on set point, not even setting his big gun Svetnov, letting him rest, saving him now to head back to serve.
Bengaluru are looking so upbeat, they're looking relaxed. I don't know what David Lee said to them, but whatever it was has worked. The fantasy leaderboard, Sandoval had to be there. Everyone loves him, and for good reason. And it's not just his hairstyle or his celebration.
Not just his dance moves, you mean? I like that there's a couple of middles on the board up there. Trentote and Sandoval in the fantasy leaderboard. Guru was fantastic, has been fantastic, delivers 14 points per match for his team.
2 foreign players, 3 young Indians. And so many luminaries of the Indian corporate world are here as well. Good to see them embracing the sport. 2 more set points. Bengaluru saved the last one. Svetanov to serve, straight at Radish. Here comes the set. And there comes the winning point. Mumbai out back. They have level scores. The belief is back. The purple and yellow wave is here. Hot hotter than vada pav. Savor it. And the team owner loves it too. And why wouldn't he?
I love seeing that Arizona hat as well. Brendan Greenway from Phoenix, so he's got some fans in the stadium. But that one finished off by none other than Hardeep, I believe.
Well, Hardeep versus Svedenov now. They're both getting a lot of the ball in this game, more than we thought they would. And set 3 is going to be another classic. Well, there's the confirmation. It goes 1-1. It's now time for us to take a quick break. We'll see you in just a moment or two. Well, the RuPay Prime Volleyball League powered by A23 delivers every evening here. And the Mumbai Meteors have just pulled it back to 1 set all. Key Michael, there is really nothing between them when you look at the stats.
And it's wild, only 3 unforced errors per team. That's incredible, but there have been some forced attacks. Hardeep now is the top scorer with 11 points. That's more than Svedenov with only 9. If you want to go and get all those exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, head over to volleyballworld.com. That's where you can read them. That's where you can see it, just break it down by the numbers.
But make sure you keep your eyes on the action as well, because this has been an intriguing game. That man's in the thick of it, Svedenov. He's going to be in the thick of it again. Hardeep has been an absolute hammer. What's this man capable of? British in the next set, he's been good, but the service pressure's relentless. D. Lee, he's got some questions now. Sonny looks at D. Lee. There's going to be some mind games going on. This game looking towards a classic.
Well, we get underway with the third. It's 1 set apiece. First point on the board for Bengaluru, and they will be happy with that start.
How do you stop Hardeep, for me, is the question.
Well, hopefully Bengaluru have the answer.
By locking him in his hotel room.
With
I think
no
that's
way
illegal,
out.
Manish.
Well, they are in city of the Torpedoes. No, just kidding. He's been exceptional tonight, Hardeep. And so has that man.
The difference between the two teams is that I don't think Bengaluru have gone after Hardeep as much as Mumbai have gone after Svedenov.
I'm curious to see this again, because we've been talking about Brendan not getting the sets he wants. Look, this one's way inside, so he's trying to do what he can, which is basically touch off the block, trying to convince the referee that he touched it. He knows in his mind they didn't, but he needs that ball wider.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because you might look at it and say, why is Brandon not put that one away? But with the set so far inside, he had no other option but to try and get a brush. Anu James back in the game. And I think this could be the difference between the two sides. Is that Hardeep is hot, but then they can go to Anu and he can go hot. I don't know where Bengaluru can go if Svedenov doesn't stay hot.
Yes, two-pronged attack. Hardeep on the left, Anu James on the right. Now these two need to work in unison. They need to be in sync for Mumbai dominate. They haven't dominated so far. It's been a very even contest. The defense needs to do better than that. I think the captain just slipped. Or was it? No, it was Hardeep.
There's a lot of lights coming at you from every direction. I think Hardeep just maybe lost the ball there.
Well, through the middle again. Doesn't matter how you score them, but it's taking the pressure off of Svedenov. He's on the front court now, so it's an early investment to try and get Svedenov one-on-one as much as possible as this set continues. Pankaj will also be on the back court attacking. They do have options here.
Boom! Drills it down. The throat of the Torpedoes. Take that.
There's the pipe you were looking for, Manish. Beautifully executed. The lefty jumping, Kartek jumping and opening up that space. The lefty could come straight through the sliver of block.
Just before the door shut, he was able to penetrate that defense. Great serve. The block was there. Where was it? In position, but there was so much power in that in that hit.
I like that slowdown by the blockers. I think that they could do a better job of turning around. We're always taught, look up. If you don't know where the ball is, look up first and foremost. You can see Hardy just loses it there from taking his eyes off it.
Big high swing. Ibin puts it away, and again, they haven't gone to Svedinov so much now.
Ibin to serve. Straight at Ratish, terrific pass that. You got to credit Ratish for receiving the serve the way he did.
Yes, Manish, give a bit of credit to the liberos. I love that.
I am the champion of the little men group.
Interesting in turn, they're serving to position 1, and it's leaving a one-on-one on the outside for him, and the one thing you don't want to do is give him a one-on-one at this moment in time.
Now then, Brandon Greenway has gotten off court. Chetan comes in, the number 15. 4-3 the score in favour of Bengaluru. He's just walked in. Fresh off the bench. Sonny Joseph has played a new card. Control serve straight at Svetanov. The number 13 is there. Confusion in the ranks. Bengaluru can spike again, but they won't. Here we go. Then Mumbai have a chance. And they do it well. This time they found a new man to do it. It's Abdul Rahim.
Fresh faces, fresh names. I like that double sub by Sonny Joseph. He knows that he needs to make a bit of a change. Bengaluru running away with this first part of this set, so he wants to get them back in there.
It's the Shamim Rahim duo that did it. Very, very intelligently done that by the setter. Shamim on the right of your screen, Abdul Rahim with a spike. But I'm amazed at what Ratish has done for this team. 4 apiece now in the third set. Here comes Svetanov. The block this time. Stops Svetanov. Is that the first time they've blocked him well?
I think we've got to give a lot of credit to Sonny Joseph and the serving tactics here, because 2 times in a row they've got the play really cramped up at 3.5 instead of the first pass going to 2. They're serving to 5. Look, the ball has to be another 3 meters or 2 meters to the right hand side there. Far too cramped. The blockers are far too in the game. Svedanov's got no angles.
By lead by a point.
Oh,
inside! Inside! That's the first super serve from the Mumbai Meteors. The belief is back with a little bit of luck. The Mumbai Meteors lead by 3. Is that going to be the twist, the happy twist in the tail they were looking for?
Remember we said that there would be a storm coming at some point. This is it.
what a serve. Beautifully placed, and again, targeting that end line. That's where all these super serves have been so successful, is they're just trying to tag that line at the end.
Well, is that a windmill? 7-4.
That's the correct response to a super serve.
And why not? Mumbai need that shot of self-belief. They need to remind themselves of that 5-0 win against the Blitz. Bengaluru have surely performed better. They've fought better. They haven't allowed Mumbai to dictate terms.
Great substitutions from Sonny Joseph, and also great serving. Again, they're going in short, and that's a much better pass.
Oh, alive.
Mumbai will spike. Like that. But it won't work. I thought there was a touch off the block.
First of all, the first pass was so much better. It wasn't too straight. They had to pass the ball a lot further towards position 2.5, and that meant the split was on. The cover there from Midhood is outrageous. He had no right to get that ball, and it's just given Bengaluru a little bit of a chance.
And the problem with getting the ball to the antennas, for me, again, that ball's just a little bit inside, so the attacker's trying to do some pretzel action with his body.
Svetanov to serve. Really high ball toss. Once again, straight at Ratish. Here comes.
Oh my word!
The bulldozer.
But the service pressure, the pass, the set. Indian volleyball has just got to a new level.
Just as I'm harping on about the set not being enough, that was a beautiful reaction by the setter Jithin. So we are headed to a technical timeout thanks to Amul Cool. Stick around, you're not going to want to miss the next part.
Welcome back. Good to see Mr. Mohandas Pai there to the right of your screen. one of the big names of the Indian IT industry in the past, and now chairman of the Manipal Global Education, and of course awarded the Padma Shri Award as well. Good to see Mr. Pai in the crowd. Great to set for now. Confusion, confusion, and yet they win the point because Mumbai were caught napping.
Good work by Pankaj. He's finding that open space, and I have questions. We haven't seen a lot of him in this set. Then he gets the ball and he doesn't actually swing. Do you think he might be nursing some injuries, or was that tactical?
Ronnie, I thought the same thing as well. We haven't really seen him unload on anything, have we? Tipping around and might be carrying something. They're disguising it well if that is the case.
Clever shot nonetheless to find the floor of the Mumbai Meteors. Through the middle, they come back. Shamim letting him know he has not left the building.
Great swing, because he has to run around the setter to get an approach, and then to turn that back line. Really, really good. I think they're going to be disappointed Pankaj didn't get in there and get his hands on it though.
Well, he'll head back to serve. Now there's a middle in the serve. Watch out if that spot, that short spot, gets targeted in front of him. And indeed it does. A big swing to that deep corner. Hardeep trying to move over and cover him a little bit.
Oh, maybe. Combination play, I think. Just, obviously the middle attack is coming in so quick, so it's a second tempo ball. Just to pop over the top of the block and boom. The idea is to try and lose the block, find the gap in between it, and this is going to give us the perfect camera angle for Pankaj. Beats them for speed, beats them for power.
Interesting that we were just having a conversation about where his swing's gone. There it is.
Fine.
It's
yeah,
back.
Yeah.
He's all right.
He's fine.
Peter Ratish. Boom! Was there a touch? Yes, there was.
I mean, this is what we were saying earlier. When it's not Hardeep taking control, it's Anu James. And that's why Mumbai at the moment are the better team for me. They just have more depth on the wing and more power and more points, not relying on one person.
That was RuPay on the goal from Anu James. 3-point lead to go 2-1 up. Is it going to be the same story for Bengaluru? Winning the first set and then losing their way. Not if they get such freebies from the Meteors.
I love this. D. Lee is living and breathing every moment with his players out there. Jumping around when they win a point. He wants this as much as they do. And I mean, fair play to him. He's come here, he's throwing the kitchen sink at the team, and he's desperate for a victory.
And we asked him the other day, do you miss being on court? He's like, it's so tough. I want to get out there. I want to help them win. That is the mindset of a championship coach.
Try something else this time, not just power. He's mixing it up so well, Anu James. It's not all about brute force. At times, only precision helps. That's exactly what he did on that occasion. How quickly he changes his shot just in the nick of time. Bengaluru don't have a Ratish to defend that one.
Where's Svedinov gone as well, though? He's been very quiet in this game, having had all the ball early on.
Now then, Bengaluru facing the Heat, trailed by 3. They want to cut down the deficit to 1 point. A super point here at the league is worth 2 points. So, at the end of the next point, the score could either be 13-8 or 11-10. Mumbai serving. Wait at the libero. And they have it. Mujib, the man. Where's the magic?
Lee will be delighted, because in these moments tonight, they've been braver. They've been able to go after the ball. Settu coming in. The key, it's a brilliant swing, and we didn't see this in the other 2 games in these big super point moments.
And for me, if you're a middle blocker on the side of Mumbai, you're expecting that super point ball to go to Svetnov. So difficult for Kartik there. He has to make a choice. He's just ever so slightly late to even gets a nice solid swing on it. Nice choice by Coach David Lee.
11-10 now. It's a race to 15, remember. You hit the 15-point mark, you win the set. It's 1 apiece. This is the 3rd set. Great serve. Great serve, only allowing Mumbai 1 touch. Here comes Svetanov. He always scores. He's the blue chip stock in the RuPay Prime Volleyball League Stock Exchange. He'll always pay off. Great returns when this man is on song.
I think Louis put all of his money on Svetanov, so I hope the stock's going up.
I just thought it was the perfect time to bring him back in. He's been quiet. He hasn't had a lot of ball in this set. But again, at this moment, you've got to give it to your big guns.
Yeah, David Lee happy with the outcome of that. So we're now tied up. Both these teams need 4 more points. One of them is going to get there in Mumbai and hold on to their energy. I don't know.
I mean, the service pressure is certainly good at the moment from Bengaluru Torpedoes. They're going to have to hold on to their past a little bit to get Anu James Hardeep back in the game. And there is Sonny Joseph, made a brilliant substitution.
Mr. Vineet Bansal there, founder of Flipkart. Runs a big brand in India, and Mumbai have decided to add a little more drama to this match. With a super point, it's a risk worth taking, or is it? Should they have called for it? Sethu serve. Sethu can set the tone here. Wait to Ratish. Here comes Hardeep. Ball still in play. He might get another chance. Yes, he does. No. Wasn't in position. Bengaluru struggling. Mumbai will have another chance. Oh my word! The block was just in the nick of time. What a tantalizingly close rally it was. Bengaluru hold their nerve. They win the super point. Key Michael is in absolute disbelief. Wake up!
I'm shocked. I am a little bit shocked because this looked like it was the moment for Mumbai because they had that pressure. They got that free ball right here. This is the moment where you have to convert that ball, but instead there's a 3-man block. Everybody knows where that ball is going.
I think they should have tried to go to Brandon instead. They were hoping that the ball would go to Hardeep. It wasn't going to happen.
The fact is that Brandon took the first ball. So by the fact that he took the first ball, it took him out the attack. So it's smart for the blockers to then all go to the outside and get 3 up.
We've seen Svetanov take the first and the third ball. They should have maybe thought about it. However, the moment is gone. Oh, what an anticlimax. Just putting in too much power in that serve. The deficit now down to 1. Bengaluru lead. They are 2 points away from going 2-1 up. This is the third set.
I think it's okay at the moment. This next side out, I think, is so decisive on the Torpedoes' entire season.
That's a great serve in, but it's handled well, and Svetanov with a swing. Oh!
Oh my word!
Hang on a sec. Some questions being asked by David Lee.
Hang on a minute. Have they got a review? Is the first question. They're being pushed away.
They do not have a review. All those pleas will go unanswered, unheard. What's happening? The crowd's getting into it as well. Who has the point gone to? The first ref says the point has gone to Mumbai. Now the second referee gets into the act as well.
We need to see this again at some point. The line judge is getting involved. And the referee's going to have a review.
Well, the umpire wants to be doubly sure. Here we go. Talk us through it, Louis.
Well, it's come off the block, which is drifting. Is it a lift? Is maybe one thing there, because I'm unsure what's been called. It's gone outside the aerial. Yeah, that is a point to Bengaluru, and you can see why they're so animated. You're going to see the aerial there on your screen. It gets hooked out just there, the wrong side of the aerial. The referee's given it in, and the point has to go to Bengaluru here. Huge point for them.
You lose your network if you're outside the antenna.
And we have to give credit to the referees there. They made a mistake. They said, we're going to have another look at it to make sure the right team gets the point. That's the way it should be done.
Brilliant from the officials. You have, as you said, I can only back up Key there.
Well done to Mr. Sanjay Gandhi. The second referee there was alert. He kept his eyes on the ball. So credit where it's due to the second referee. He intervened and ensured justice was done. That's what this league is all about. Fair play. Good on you.
Bengaluru's season was on that point. At that moment. I can't even say how big that was for them.
2 set points to Bengaluru to go 2-1 up. Here we go. Can Mumbai stay in the game? Yes, they can. For a while at least. Bengaluru have 1 more set point.
That was pretty clutch as well. Bengaluru not getting the point on that occasion. They still have another 2 opportunities to do it, but I like Brendan staying calm, staying collected, just putting the ball in play.
Let's see if they've learned their lessons from a couple of nights ago here, the Torpedoes. See if they can stay aggressive when it really counts. As you said, they've got 2 goes at siding out. They're getting better. They've calmed the storm. Remember, this set, they were down. They were down by, what, 3 or 4 points, and they've taken it all the way back.
Well, here's a look at the leaderboard. The top 5 blockers so far. Kartik right in there in the middle from Mumbai, as well as even Jose for Bengaluru. Blocking is important, but we haven't seen that much of it in this match.
The hitters have been on absolute flames, Key. It's been another huge advert for this league. And every night is just so entertaining.
Well, you mentioned it, Louis. The season could rest on this point for Bengaluru. If they don't get this point, then they're going to be tied up with Mumbai and they could lose the third set.
Set point to Bengaluru. Oh! Bengaluru it is! They've torpedoed their way to a 2-1 lead. David Lee believes change of colour jersey has worked for them.
You can see D. Lee saying thank you, maybe to the officials, or maybe just for the fact that everything they've been working on is coming together tonight. The serving, the aggressive play, everything is there, and that's all you can ask for as a coach, is that your performance levels are high, the results will take care of themselves.
Hardeep's spike was blocked, and that's how they crossed the line, the Torpedoes. Vetanov has been absolutely magnificent on the night, and he's led the way, he's shown them the way. They've been far more disciplined. They have been so measured tonight, and yet aggressive. They win the third set, 15-13. The fourth coming up on the other side. Can Meteors make a comeback?
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. It is Bengaluru who lead 2-1 over Mumbai, and here's what we're looking at in the stats. Again, really low in the unforced errors. A couple more out of Mumbai, but that's not a huge number. I think both these teams have learned the lessons of the last few matches. The lower error team is gonna come out successful.
Well, get exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League at volleyballworld.com. Crazy to see the difference in the unforced errors of Bengaluru, because they're still playing aggressive volleyball, but without the errors, and that's high-level volleyball.
Well, speaking of errors, we start off the fourth set with 1. Could this be a sign of things to come for Mumbai?
I'd like to see a little more leadership from Kartik, the captain. He scored only 1 point tonight. Where has he been?
Great question. Where has he been? Have you seen him anywhere?
Physically on court?
I think
Not
he's
sure
right there.
otherwise. He needs to get a little more involved, Kartik, the captain. He needs to show them the way, get into the thick of things, ask for the ball if necessary.
Correct, but it's a little bit more complex than that. It relies on the setter, it relies on the pass. There's so many rotating factors, but that's a great time to use it.
Here's my point. Kartik's done exactly what he needs to do there. He's jumped, he's held the middle blocker on the other side. He opened up some space for the attacker. If his attacker doesn't score, that's on them.
Well, the laws don't say that a blocker can't set. He's got to get in.
Brilliant call from the
Because
referee.
Anu James and Hardeep are doing their bit. They need a little more support and leadership. One more RuPay on the go point.
It's a key one. The referee said that the ball sat in the palm of the hand, therefore it's a lift here, and that's due to the tight passing from Mumbai. Now the wheels are starting to fall somewhat off of their performance.
Lift not allowed, take the staircase. 3-0 to Bengaluru in the fourth set. Anu James, the block was there, but the ball lands outside.
That's a great swing. I'm surprised they're not celebrating a bit more. Mumbai cannot afford to just let things roll. They have to choose or see every point as if it's the last.
You know what I don't quite understand here from Mumbai, because against Calicut, we know that Calicut Heroes are one of the better teams in this league. And after the 5-0 drumming of Chennai Blitz, I thought this Mumbai team were only going to get better and better and better. But it looks like under pressure, they also retreat a little bit as well.
So much of the chat before this match was about that 5-0 win. Perhaps that took the focus away. They need to just press the reset button. Like Bengaluru have, Svetanov has so many arrows in his quiver.
Man, that's tough. Ratish doing his bit to try and put that ball tight. That's what you want. If you're out of system, you want that ball really tight to the net, just a little bit too much.
RuPay contactless shot, and it's a 3-1 buffet. Help yourself, Svetanov.
Ratish set the ball for Svetanov there. Just too much on it.
But you can just see how this is such a league of momentum. That decision goes the way of Bengaluru. It gets overturned. All of a sudden they win the set. They come out and they're playing like they're going to crescendo their way through this league.
Ardeep back on his feet after the first and the third touch. Mumbai will have another chance. There it comes, the pipe attack.
Much nicer set from Ratish. He got a little bit more confident that time. Pulled it off and set the pipe, so there was no room for oversetting. But I like that choice by him.
What I like here from Anu, well, there's the first phase. And through this second phase here, a pipe for a pipe. But you can see how he turns it away from the body very, very late, and then finds a gap between the block. You don't want to be swinging straight down the center of the court. You want to give it a little bit of a turn as well.
That man needs to get into the act. Karthik, the captain of the Mumbai Meteors, straight at Svetanov. He will get the third touch, but the block is there. This time the block was there. Was it Shabibuddin? I reckon it was. Whoever it was, it worked.
Svetanov's been targeted again now. Wasn't targeted so much in the serve in the previous set. And this is interesting. It's not his hip that's the problem. It's his pass is too central, too far off, and it gives the blockers the indication of where the ball's going.
They need to sort out the Svetanov threat. They need to figure a way to disturb Svetanov's rhythm and his momentum. That's one way to do it.
Big Svetanov sweat.
Oh, well done. Super stuff from Baishak.
I don't think I've seen a second touch dog in the whole league so far. Works every time.
That's the second time he's done that in this match, Baishak. So much like Mastermind Muthusami Appavu. Or like Bhuvanu Krapandian. Fantastic stuff that. I love those golden touches. 5-3 to Bengaluru. Svetanov to serve. He always serves fast. Like that. Just too fast in that occasion. Well done on taking evasive action and letting the ball go. 5-4 it is. Mumbai have got to believe they can win this fourth set. Bengaluru wanted to review it, but they have no reviews left. Remember, if your first review is unsuccessful, it's curtains. You cannot review anything else anymore. Unless the second ref intervenes.
He is bombing that one as well. Be interesting now. This would be some time where I would just take 10% off and look for accuracy and try and keep the speed on the serve for sure, but just try and make sure you build pressure as opposed to give away points, because I think they've got Mumbai exactly where they want them.
Again, once again, Ratish, the hero of this point. One-handed save. How does he do that? You little Superman.
Yeah, that's a great reaction. So he's seen that it's up by his teammate. He's not going to do anything but just make sure it's up. He doesn't have open palm, doesn't want to be carried for a lift, so just a little bump fist. That's all it takes.
Who is that? It's Ibim once again. From zone 4, zone 2 correction.
I like that. It's a softer serve again, so the pass is almost a free ball. In turn, Senna can go wherever he wants. He decides to go to Eben, and he loves coming back cross body. And again, there's a gap within the block. Ideally, you want position 6 just to sit up a little bit more there. 6 being the back centre.
Mumbai need to win points consistently. Perhaps the pressure of the scoreboard. Forget about 5-0. This is a new day, a new challenge. An opposition with renewed vigour. That's what Bengaluru have been tonight. And that's how you need to deal with them. Hardeep, well done. Has held himself back for a fraction of a second. Didn't rush into that spike. Mumbai won that point. They're claiming it, and rightly so. Did that hit the antenna or what?
I think they're claiming that Hardeep hit the net on his attack. Review, Sonny Joseph believing his teammates, or his players, I should say, when they say they didn't touch the net.
My heart rate can't hack it anymore.
Mumbai have decided to review it.
Touch off the block.
What's wrong there?
Absolutely nothing, I don't think. Stayed high, went off the hands.
We'll have to see from another angle, but I think the call is that the attacker, Hardeep, hit the net. So do you at home, do you see anything? Yep, there it is.
Oh no, there you go, much better angle. And it just shows again, doesn't it? All of those 50-50 decisions that have been going against Bengaluru the last 2 games.
And if I'm Hardeep, I would be hanging my head a little bit because he knows he touched the net.
Yeah,
that's the moment to say to your coach, no, 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 don't waste a challenge. I touched the net.
Yeah, it was a stubborn choice, isn't it, to do something, feel it, and then still review it. Manish, you just look bewildered with it.
The camera doesn't lie. I agree with Key. If you know you've touched it, tell the coach. Do not call for it.
That's a game changer at this minute in time. Sonny Joseph, cool as a cucumber as always. Hardy knows that he's maybe just given the initiative to Bengaluru.
So the rule is you cannot touch the net. The rule is you have 1 challenge. If you use it, you lose it.
Yes. While in action, you cannot touch the net.
Oh,
You can do that, for sure. That's allowed. That's legal. And that's lovely as well.
That was a little two-handed dump there. Nice.
the second ball dunk is successful every single time in this league. Yeah, two-hander. Get on it.
That almost makes it harder to read because you go up set with both hands and at the last minute just fling it to the other side.
Pick of the wrist. These Indians are so wristy. Hardeep. They tried the same thing with a shot set. It was looked messy, but it was effective. Well done, Pankaj, the captain of the Torpedoes.
Well, Pankaj getting back into it for his team. But we're going to head to an Amul Cool technical timeout. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Well, we're having a great time and there's some memorable moments. You can own your own favourite moments at treasureclub.io by buying an NFT. And there are the VIPs. Hello, everyone. We hope you're having a good time in the RuPay Be On The Go VIP box. Well, we're having a good time. We just jinxed each other.
Right back into it. It is 6-8. Make that 6-9. Bengaluru take the point out of the timeout. And for me, we talked about the unforced errors being cut down by both these teams, but this is the moment to really focus on that. You cannot let them creep back in. That's basically a 1-on-0 situation.
But this is what I love about this sport, is that you felt that they were being so aggressive, scoring 42 points a game, 26 errors, only just losing. And you know when those are your stats, that they're only going to get better, and you're going in the right direction. As we have a look at the fantasy leaderboard, Rahul, the ace champion from last year from Kolkata, leads that board. 2 overseas players in Trent O'Day and the Sandman Sandoval. The Guru is having a great tournament, as is Ashwell Rai. I think Ashwell's only going to get better as well.
Well, as far as getting better, for me, Mumbai has to get involved their middles a little bit more. And again, the passing maybe hasn't been there, but Hardeep, the top scorer for them with 14, Anu James at 10, then it's a complete flip off the edge. The next closest is 4, Shamim, but there hasn't been a lot of middle action.
For me, the serves have just been far better. The chase is on, but just because they don't win every point, pressure is something that you build over time. Yes, individual parts of class or good moves will create pressure quicker, but over time, if you serve in and you keep building the pressure, you know you're going to have a good evening.
Do you think the setter overheard what I was saying about getting the middle involved?
I mean, we're pretty loud about what we talk about in here.
Yelling it off from the rooftops. Use your middle. There we go. Use it. Abuse it.
The middles have been excellent tonight. Sarjan and Mujib, when they brought in, they've hit really good angles. And for me, that's the David Lee effect, because they're not coming in and hitting the middle of the court. They're coming in hitting away to this sideline here, the right-hand sideline, and to the left one. And I mean, you've got D. Lee in your DNA.
That's the other thing we don't talk about enough. The middle has just served, and the middle's not known for their defensive efforts, so that's the place you want to aim after they've just served.
Guess what, Bengaluru fans? Your team is 5 points away from winning their first game. They've lost 2 in 2. Can they hold their nerve? Can they keep doing that? Now 4 points away. You can feel the wave of belief in the ranks here. Bengaluru have looked so different tonight. So much clarity, so much conviction and confidence.
Kartik a little bit confused as to why that swing went straight into the block, but it doesn't really matter. For me, you've got to support your teammates. You've got to get really low in that coverage and give them the ability to swing away.
Sonny Joseph, he's running out of options, but he's just pulled the super point straight out of the bag.
Going all in, Sonny Joseph, Ratish, superstar libero of the Mumbai Meteors. He's fought valiantly tonight, and they still script a comeback. Good serve. Here comes Anu James, the ball still in play. Well done by the block. Here comes Svetanov. Oh my word! Everything is going Bengaluru's way on their home soil. David Lee's popped up. The Admiral loves his army.
For me, this was never in doubt that it was going to come good. It was just when. And it's luckily for them it's coming good tonight. We were talking about Mumbai Meteors like they were the best thing since an Andra meal the other evening after a 5-0 Blitz.
This is breathtaking from Bengaluru. The Torpedoes have turned it on tonight when it mattered most. A loss tonight would have made things tougher for them. But what a response under pressure. Brandon Greenway has looked helpless. Karthik has been missing. Svetanov has been unforgiving. Bengaluru have been relentless. Mumbai have looked lost. Anu James has fought hard. However, the Bengaluru Torpedoes have just been a couple of notches better than the Mumbai Meteors.
That's a nice step in there by Brandon. I'm feeling for him a little bit because every set he's been getting is not connecting with, and we heard from him earlier that he started playing because his sister played and his dad was a coach, so volleyball's in his blood, and if things aren't going his way, I still love that he's cheering on his team, even though it's not him scoring.
I'd like to see Karthik talk to him a little more. I suppose he's taken a lot of pressure on himself to do the scoring like Jerome does for Calicut. Karthik needs to step in and play the captain that he is. Brandon Greenway with the serve. 13-8 the score. Bengaluru inching closer. They have 6 match points. Would you believe it? They are doing this against a team that won 5-0 the last time. Mumbai haven't turned up tonight.
Is that the first time we've seen Svetanov smile?
I think so. He was almost in tears, having lost a couple of nights ago, but it's that man's day here in Bengaluru. He has been astonishing.
He's loving it, and so are we. So is the whole of Bangalore. Not that.
But this is what happens when the aggressive style of volleyball starts to work with less errors. This is exactly what Dealey has wanted from day one, but it's tough. You have to be patient over time because errors come with aggressive style of play, but then you just start to fit into the shell that you've also been given by a great coach.
I'm disappointed with the body language of Mumbai tonight. The leadership has been missing. But Bengaluru have turned it on tonight. They have the win. Bengaluru are off the mark. They've beaten the Mumbai Meteors. Stop press. Don't be in a hurry to write your headline for tomorrow morning. Bengaluru have the spotlight. Their thirst has been quenched. That's the first sip of success. That's the first step towards the cup of joy for the Bengaluru Torpedoes. Mumbai have been stunned into submission. The Admiral believes the first battle has been won. Will the war be theirs?
This league is on another level. Always expect the unexpected. It's Mumbai's turn to bleed.
Karthik, a Bengaluru boy, leading Mumbai against the Bengaluru side. This is a bitter pill to swallow. Congratulations to the Torpedoes. They won 3-1, but the fifth set is coming up in just a bit. Stay tuned.
The Mumbai Meteors. Meteors with more spikes, more blocks from the Torpedoes. The unforced errors, the huge talking point tonight. It's a different team, Key. You can obviously find all of the exclusive stats on www.volleyballworld.com. And I tell you, you can get lost in those stats for days.
Yeah, you absolutely can. I've just been looking them over. Svetlin Svetanov with 14 points for Bengaluru. Hardeep with 14, and it's kind of been a battle of those two back and forth. Who's going to deliver in what moments? But for me, this Bengaluru team just a lot more stable, a lot less errors, and that aggressiveness is paying off.
Well, what is there to play for, you ask? Sets difference, points difference, and the way that this is looking is that it could come down to something like this. The teams are so evenly matched. We always expect the unexpected. Mumbai really have to fight for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And David Lee knows better than anyone how it can come down to a sets difference. The team that he played for last season needed a big win at the end of the season in order to get into playoffs, and they did it. So anything can happen.
I think the balance you have to find, and oh, there you go, 3 up, Svetlin. D-Lee, bottom right of your screen, absolutely thriving in these moments now.
I wish I could get a peek into the mind of David Lee right now. What's the Admiral thinking? If he had his way, he'd go on court and, well, spike 1 or 2. He's looking pumped up tonight. David Lee, the coach.
Well, Amit has come into that left side, and they've got an answer for him as well. Interesting to see the maybe some of the changes out there in this 5th set. Jishnu is also in for Bengaluru. Haven't seen any of Jishnu in this competition so far, middle blocker.
Yeah, and interesting because those are the kind of changes you can make in the 5th set. Now they're going to want to look to their bench and see how deep it is. So when those moments come that you need to pull someone off, they've already had a bit of experience.
Another topsy-turvy moment for the points table guys, and it just goes to show that this league is wide open. Do not be in any hurry to predict your top 4. It could go in any direction. We saw that with the Mumbai Meteors the other night. The race from number 8 to number 2. Bengaluru, who looked lost, are back in the reckoning as well.
Correct. But as we said, I said at the very start of this competition, it takes time to build championship winning sides with aggression. and systems, and they've only had 3 weeks. And what you've seen, Abaluch coming in now, the Iranian right-sider, what we've seen is we've got the defensive playing teams, don't make many errors, but they've got nowhere to go in this competition if they're starting by not making aces and not making errors. There's a lot of room for this Bengaluru side to grow into performances and go towards the championship.
As they often say, Key and Louis, that attack can win you matches, offense can win you matches, but it's the defense that can win you titles. And teams that are serving in a measured manner are doing so because they trust their defense.
Correct, but on the other hand, if you're a team like Ahmedabad defenders the other evening, going out and only making 11 errors and float serving, you're also relying on the other team to have a bit of a nightmare to win.
Yes, and teams that rely not on one player. Hyderabad must take a cue. Do not over-rely on Guru. You need to find other heroes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Offense sells tickets, defense wins games is the way that I've heard that. But
You got a free ticket, Key. You got a free ticket here.
What's that?
You got a free ticket to be here.
A free ticket indeed. Best seats in the house.
Betanov has been a shining light in this performance from Bengaluru. His spin serve, one of the better ones in this team.
Shining light is a bit of an euphemism. He's the bulldozer that's completely flattened Mumbai's hopes and their attacks. Satish. Nothing's going Mumbai's way.
Yeah, it's a little bit scrappy from both sides right now. I think they've both lost their rhythm a little bit, that momentum from the fourth set that Bengaluru had. They've now got a few new players in the mix, so things looking a little bit stickier. Not sure who Betanov was setting in that situation.
Abaluch does a great job to not make the error with the spike and then pinch in and help with the block there to get the 3 in. And yeah, you can just see that there's been so many substitutions made that in turn it's just...
I think Sonny Joseph is thinking big picture. He knows it's a lost cause in this match. Might as well give some game time to the others on the bench who've been waiting. Perhaps with fresher ideas. Amit Gulia is one of them. There he is. Tries 2 soft touches. There we go. Ali Raza on the score sheet.
That's a great angle out of him. He sees the blockers are right in front of him, so he's really cutting that sharp. You can see on your screen just a second ago, Brendan now pulling his teammates together because they have to come back and fight on this set.
Well, the 5-0's out of the equation. So in turn, you are only fighting for set and point differences come the end of this competition. Mumbai, though, are probably fighting for a little bit of confidence and momentum, but no! Brandon's been battered by the Bulgarian bulldozer. Betanov.
I have questions. Why is Brendan in the reception?
Because
Isn't
he's
he
also an
opposite?
outside spiker as well, playing on the right side, to my knowledge. They've got 4 in the pass here, though, which usually you pass on 3. Some teams not so much nowadays pass on 2, but Svedanov is flying here. Timeout's been taken already by Sonny Joseph. Bengaluru are just looking like they're getting better and better. And Key Michael, we are back to 5-4, and I have picked my first winner of this entire league.
Well, luckily we have another match coming up later on, which we can
Vinit Kumar will be in action. Ashwal Rai, Vinit Kumar. For the Kochi Blue Spikers, we'll have Erin Verghese. Rohit could be in action as well. That is going to be a spike festival. There is Mr. Shishir Gupta from the Sony Sports Network. Solid partners of this great league. And he truly believes in this sport and this league, and he's been alongside Baseline Ventures every step of the way. And the gratitude from all of us as well to Sony for this great opportunity, and to Baseline Ventures. Wow, that's some trickery.
We've just seen Svedanov really relaxed, probably for the first time in this entire competition. It's funny what happens with a little bit of confidence, but he's owning this. Oh! Remember, super serve, that goes down without anyone touching it. It counts for 2. Mumbai serving on 4. And it just seems like a real uphill battle for them now.
And And I saw just off your screen, David Lee giving the thumbs up to Svetnov, saying, that's all right, that's just a tiny little bit out. And he likes that. He likes that aggression. He's given the green light to Svetnov to go for those big serves.
You know, Mumbai had looked like a rudderless ship tonight. It was a ship that was cruising, and then they found that iceberg from Bulgaria called Svetnov.
You're completely right. I think, though, for Mumbai, you've seen one great performance from them and two where they've really struggled. The first game, a 4-1 loss to the Heroes, similar to this one, where they just seem to drift away over time. And now, in turn, Bengaluru are only going in one direction from here. Well, there you have it, the all called technical timeout has come around very quickly. It's time for us to take a short break, but we'll be back in just a moment or two.
Hello and welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. We are in the 5th set, all hanging on the line here. Mumbai 4, Bengaluru 8. Back underway. A good point in the direction of the team in the purple jerseys, but for me, Brandon Greenway has to get more involved in this match. He hasn't got the sets that he wanted, and if you're looking at the difference in the stats right now, he's spread out on the team in pink, but yet the opposite just missing from Mumbai.
Yeah, well, the stats don't look great. Hardeep has 14 and Anu James 12, but they've been very quiet as of late and eventually benched in this final set. Svetnov hasn't been benched. He's continuing through the left side, the wing spiker position with 15 points already. MC Mujib, a brilliant display this evening with 10 points from the middle. That has to be something that D. Lee will be delighted with so far. They've scored all over. Pankat has had a very quiet night as well on the wing.
I feel for Anu James and Hardeep Singh, their efforts have gone in vain tonight. A total of 25 points for the two of them. Tamimuddin has done his bit, hardly anything from Karthik. That's his 3rd point for the day. Too late, too little too late. From Karthik, the captain of the Mumbai Meteors, he's got to wake up.
The biggest thing here, though, the error count from Bengaluru is night and day. 9 errors so far in this game from 26 in the previous one. They're finding the right recipe of aggression and then managing to put the other team under pressure. You have to say, the reason why the middles haven't really performed for Mumbai is because of the serving of Bengaluru this evening as well.
Should they have introduced Hiroshi? That's the question that will be asked. Oh, what a great spike. Hiroshi has come in. Should they have used him earlier?
I mean, we haven't seen enough of him, really. We saw him in the opening game, but I would love to see him in those clutch moments, as we call them. At the moment, that's an unbelievable swing from Avaluch on the right side, just coming off the bench. And maybe he's suggesting to D. Lee to say, hey, we have a bit more balance on this right side than what you'd think.
Yeah, Avaluch, we haven't really seen enough of him this tournament either. I like that D. Lee is giving a couple of his players a chance to get out there and show what they might do if he needs more of them in the coming weeks.
Well, we have one more game this evening, the final game of our stay in Bengaluru before we travel down to Hyderabad tomorrow. And this is a huge, huge win already from Bengaluru. This will do wonders, not just for them in the league table, but for their confidence as well. Avaluch picks up the tip. It's a little bit scatty. It's a bump over from Svetnov. Oh, it's good middle work, but well committed through the middle. And it's the substitute, Gisnu, that does the damage.
4 points away from a 4-1 win, the Bengaluru Torpedoes. It will be their first win. And guess what a 4-1 win does to them? They're number 8 in the points table right now. They race up to number 4.
Ooh, interesting.
They found the right ladder on that Snakes and Ladders board game.
I like that block as well by Jishnu. He looks right over at David Lee after he gets it as well. That's great communication between coach and player. And now Mumbai, as suspected, have called themselves a super point.
Well, they never set the tone really. They were always seen playing catch up, always trailing. Bengaluru showing them the way. Where did that land? Just outside. No worries, they can afford it. They won the game already, but they've got to stay hungry. Not stay foolish, stay hungry. Be relentless. Keep that intensity up, because what you do tonight will have some kind of intangible impact on how you approach your next game. Mumbai just didn't turn up tonight.
And it's interesting you say that, because they were 5-0 in the last match, and anything can happen. I think this is just proving to us that that the level in this league is right there. Every team can win on any given night.
Kolkata tonight will get a chance to go top of the table if they win. Another great point. They're just steamrolling Mumbai now. Completely resigned to fate. The Mumbai Meteors and Bengaluru are loving it.
Isn't that great about the fans here in India? They love their volleyball. The second touch attack wins every time. We figured that one out in this league.
Yeah, a nice little two-handed dump. I also am questioning how much fatigue might be coming in from Mumbai. They played just the day before yesterday, and at this level, usually you get at least a week of a break, or maybe 4 or 5 days, but this is unusual to play these kind of almost back-to-back games.
Karthik trying to get a consolation, perhaps a bit of match practice. But they've still got to believe they can make it 3-2 instead of 4-1. 3-2 will hurt a little less than 4-1 will. So, and also, every set will count at the end of the league stage. It's a topsy-turvy points table. You've got to stay closer to the top 4, if not inside the top 4. Another RuPay contactless shot. There's a reason why he isn't celebrating too much. A smile will return on his face only after they win their next game. What a drubbing it's been. 12-9. Make that 13-9.
Welcome to the party, Avaluch.
Only had 1 point in the previous game. Avaluch, when they lost 3-2 to Ahmedabad defenders. But the width of the set here, Key, you were talking about it earlier on, how Mumbai and Aravindan wasn't quite getting the ball wide enough. Every single time that Avaluch has hit the ball, it's been from his hitting window. Perfect setting.
This performance from Bengaluru is a punch in the gut to Mumbai. Take a while to recover mentally. The scar of this loss will hurt a lot. Nothing's gone their way. Brandon Greenway has been so quiet for so long as well.
Again, from that situation, you can't put all the blame on Brandon Greenway, because the pass is off the net. If anything, he has to kick out a bit wider there to allow himself to get back inside the ball, but it's a tough swing from there, Key, to try and put that one away.
They just haven't had that connection yet. Neither of the setters that have been in have been able to get Brandon the ball that he wants.
This win from Bengaluru will push Kochi down to 8. Could be the last point of this match. Is it? Yes, it is! Bengaluru registered a 4-1 win. They're now into the top 4. Watch out, world! The Torpedoes are back in the hunt. Just listen to the roar and the celebrations at the Koramangala Indoor Stadium on home soil. The Torpedoes have turned it on.
You talk about trusting the process as a team and a squad, and they've had to trust their aggressive nature and stick with it and hope that it comes good. Tonight it came good. The attacking brilliant, the serving aggressive and strong, and the errors minimalised. It was a great performance, trusting the process of D-League over time here in the Prime, or the RuPay Prime Volleyball League.
Well, the Torpedoes have sunk all of Mumbai's hopes tonight to beat a team that came into this match in the red-hot form, who won their previous game 5-0. It takes a special performance. Bengaluru, dressed in pink, have delivered the pink slip to the Mumbai Meteors, who will surely be feeling the blues tonight.
I'm really impressed with how Bengaluru came out. They could have just rolled over, like you mentioned. Mumbai having that advantage, that mental advantage coming in with a big win, but instead they pushed, they were aggressive from the end line, they followed the leadership of D. Lee, they called the super points in the right moment, just had everything on their side. It felt like the last couple games, nothing went their way. This time they finally caught a break.
Well, there you have it, 15-9 in the fifth. Bengaluru Torpedoes beat Mumbai Meteors. We're going to have a quick break, and we'll see you back in just a moment.